some pretty cool artwork around here. Greetings, everybody. I'm in Puerto Rico right now for a very, very brief amount of time. I'm only here for 3 hours, 4 hours. Basically, I'm working on a cruise ship, and I've managed to get out at the port here, and I gotta go back on the ship soon. But I'm going to attempt to go to 2 different markets. I don't know what is in season. I don't know what I'm going to find, but we'll take a look around, and if I find anything interesting, I'll show it to you. So I came to go to this market, but apparently somebody beat me to it. They're filming like some sort of news show where this young woman has an orange. So, alright, I guess I'm going to go to a different market. This place is kind of interesting. I guess it's like a very old market, but when you look at the reviews of it on Google, there's a lot of people saying that it's kind of sad because this used to be really, really bustling, but now a lot of the shops are closed, which seems to be the case. I mean, I'm here on a weekday and I see a lot of the places are closed. Maybe like 75% of all the places are closed. But there are still maybe like 6 or 7 fruit and vegetable stalls that have some pretty interesting things. I'm not seeing really a whole lot that I haven't had before, I think, but I'm seeing some at least interesting variations on fruit that I've had in the past. So today we're going to look at a few of those. So let's try 3 fruits today. This one here appears to be a custard apple. I got really excited when I saw this one because I thought it might be something called the Iyama, which I have not had before. It is a purple Annona fruit. This is a purple Annona fruit, but looking closer, it doesn't seem to be the same because it doesn't really have any bumps on it, and Iyamas have bumps. This looks more like a custard apple with how it appears on the outside. So I think this is just a purple variety of custard apple. This here is a star fruit, or carambola, but as you can see, it is massive. I don't know if I've seen such a big star fruit in my life. Usually the ones we get in the US are quite small. And this guy here, I got really excited when I saw this because I didn't know what it was, but when I took a smell of it, when I sniffed it, I was like, I know that smell. I know what this is. This is a local variety of borojo. And borojo is something that I had when I was in Colombia and also in Costa Rica, where it's used as an aphrodisiac. The ones here look different. They're lighter in color. They're sold ripe. This is pretty hearty. This is something that they're just selling like in a pile. And the ones I had in the past are just like really, really soft and mushy. So when you see them for sale, they're usually sold already with the skin removed in a bag. Which makes me wonder if this is maybe a different species than the one that I had before.
I'm going to pause here for a second with some good news. This is not borojo, it is Genipa americana, a species that at the time I had never had before. So yeah, I was wrong, but in my defense, borojo is related to this. It's in the same family, and it does have a similar look, smell, and taste. In Puerto Rico, they call this Jagua, but it is also very popular in Brazil, where it is called Genipa. In Puerto Rico, I believe this is mostly used as a medicine. It's believed that this fruit has antibiotic properties. The fruit is very strong and funky, so usually people do not eat it out of hand. They cut it up and then let the fruit infuse into either water or milk. Then they strain the fruit out and then drink the liquid. Since filming this episode, I did visit Brazil, where I explored a different use for this fruit that is really interesting. Over there, they use it to make a dye. Yeah, they collect the fruits when they are unripe, I believe, and then they let them sit out until they darken, and when they darken, they have like this really vibrant blue color. That is used as a natural dye in food, but also as a blue henna. It's really interesting. So there's going to be a future episode where I do more of a deep dive on the uses of the Genipa or Jagua. But for now, here is a review where I thought it was something else.
So I'm going to save that for the end. Let's start with this guy here. Because I'm only here for a short time, I ran into a dollar store and bought a butter knife. I'm using the star fruit as a camera stand. So let's cut this guy open. And I don't have a spoon or anything. There's no glorious way of doing this, so we're just gonna squeeze some out like that. This tastes like a coconut pudding, and it's really, really good. It does have a similarity with other Annona fruits. It's very much like a cherimoya, but with more coconut. So coconut pudding with a little bit of other tropical flavors like banana, maybe a little pineapple, a little mango, that sort of taste, but primarily coconut. And I love coconuts. I really, really love these. I think these might be my favorite Annona fruits. And the texture in them is also like pudding. It's really, really soft, really, really creamy, and really, really delicious. And also it's purple. I've seen orange custard apples, red custard apples, and yellow custard apples in my travels in the past. I've never seen a purple one, but apparently they exist. And by the way, custard apple means Annona reticulata in the sense that I'm saying it, but a lot of times people use the word custard apple to refer to any Annona fruit, but there's like dozens of species, okay? So this one specifically, when I'm saying custard apple, I mean Annona reticulata. Okay, I'm actually not going to review this one now because I need it to be a camera stand. We're going to move on to this one, which I believe is a Borojo.
So as a reminder, this is not Borojo. Even though I think it is Borojo in this footage you're about to watch, it is Jagua.
It smells like apple pie and cheese, like a stinky cheese. It's, I believe, related to noni, but it's not nearly as funky as noni, but it does have some funk to it. So with this one, you could actually see a little bit more of how this is comprised, because the outer bit there's about an inch of rind, or flesh, and then on the inside you see those seeds have like a sticky pulp in there. That's very soft, but the outer part is quite firm. So I'm gonna try both. We'll first try it in that state on the outside, and then we'll try some of those seeds in the middle. The texture of this is kind of interesting because it's like really dense and chewy, kind of like a dense, chewy melon. And yeah, you can see it's like that is the opposite of squishy. And it's kind of juicy. And the flavor is like cinnamon and apples. And I'm not getting too much of a cheesy flavor to it. So I wonder if maybe that sort of noni-esque funk develops over time, and that might be why. I like this better than the Borojo that I had in the past, when it's just out of hand. Out of hand, the one that I had in the past was a little too funky for me, but I really like the juice. Like, that's how people usually take it, with milk or water and sugar. That's better than the ripe fruit out of hand, but in this case, the ripe fruit out of hand is pretty good. Let's try the seeds. More funk in those seeds. It's also quite tart. The flesh was tart. Maybe a 3 out of 10 for the flesh, but the inner pulp, more like 4 out of 10. It's a little bit melony, like maybe like a cucumber or cantaloupe kind of flavor. So whether it's a different species, a different variety, or a different ripeness, it is certainly a different experience than the Barojo that I had in the past. So that's pretty interesting to see that it is done in a different way here in Puerto Rico. And when I bought this, by the way, they said this is used for medicine, and yeah, that does make sense. So let's move on to the last one. And we'll have to say goodbye to my camera stand. Maybe I'm going to put it against the wall here. Very, very flavorful. Some of the star fruit I've had in the past has just been kind of like a mild grape flavor, like a little bit of a mild tart grape. This one, it tastes the same. It tastes like a star fruit, but it is more syrupy and floral. So when you bite into it, it also kind of hits you in the nose a little bit. Very juicy, very sweet. It's got a nice tartness to it. You like a 4 out of 10. And the sweetness, it's about a 5. It's around the sweetness of an apple. And it's really refreshing. Like, I'm getting juice all over myself right now. I think this might be the best star fruit I've ever had. This is like really, really good quality, very big size star fruit. And I'm not sure if that's a different variety or they just allowed this thing to ripen like really, really big. But star fruit here in Puerto Rico, very, very good. There's a few vendors selling this, and in every case, they were like big like this. Big and nice orange color, not a whole lot of green to it, not dinged up on the edges, like really, really good quality star fruit. If you haven't had a star fruit before, definitely try it. And if you're going to Puerto Rico, whether or not you've had star fruit before, try it again, because this is a really, really good one. So I think that's about it, everybody. These are 3 interesting fruits that I was kind of surprised to see here, and different variations on things that I've had in the past. So that's something that I really, really love. The more I travel, the more I see how fruit is used in a different way. You know, the world is a big place. There's a lot of fruit that we'll find in different countries, different continents, different islands, and sometimes people take that fruit and they do something a little bit different with it. Sometimes that fruit just is grown in a different way or picked in a different way, and you can learn a lot from that. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.
I would like to give a very big thank you to Smarter Every Day, Bill T, Joseph McCorkle, and new ones, Allison and Clara. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. For anyone out there who's interested in learning more about how you can help the channel, but also get some stuff in return, for instance, you can get early access to videos. You get to see them up to a week before everybody else. You can do that. So information about all that stuff is down in the description below. Thanks so much.